Hey guys, today we're actually going to add one more way to prove triangles congruent, and this is actually our last one. So if you remember from the other day, we had side, 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 we had side, angle, side, we had angle, side, angle, and we had angle, angle, side. And those are the only four ways we had to prove triangles were congruent, the only four shortcuts we had. Today we're going to add in one more, and it's hypotenuse leg. And the reason we kind of push this one off to the side, right, we don't pair it in with all the other ones, it's because it's a special case. In order to have a hypotenuse, you have to have a right triangle. So you can only do this on right triangles. Now, what I want you to understand is even though it's a right triangle, it does not automatically make it hypotenuse leg. Okay, you can have a right triangle with side angle side. You can have a right triangle with angle side angle. So just because it's a right triangle does not mean that it's automatically hypotenuse leg as your reasoning. But they have to have hypotenuse in common and a leg in common. So in a right triangle, across from your right angle is your hypotenuse, and the other two are called legs. Okay, so in this one, our hypotenuse is 7.9, so we have a hypotenuse in common, and our legs are both 5.2, so we have a leg in common. So yes, these are congruent by hypotenuse leg. All right, let's look at a couple more examples. So here, again, I see a hypotenuse in common and a leg in common, hypotenuse and a leg. So I would say, yes, these are congruent. Let's write our congruent statement. Triangle ABC is congruent to, what do we got? E, that's triangle. E goes with A, D goes with B, F, by hypotenuse leg. Here's another one. Remember that reflexive side, AD in this triangle is the same as AD in this triangle. So if you want to mark it just to see it, but remember that's that reflexive property. So again, we have a hypotenuse across from that right angle. Our hypotenuse is in common, and they actually share a leg with that reflexive side, AD. So we would say triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD, and they're congruent by hypotenuse leg. So again, this is just another tool to use. Again, please don't think that just because it's a right triangle that it has to be hypotenuse leg. Let me draw an example here. How about, here's a right triangle, and right, this is definitely not hypotenuse leg. The hypotenuse doesn't have anything on it. So you can't use hypotenuse leg here. Even though it's a right triangle, this is angle, side, angle. Right? So these are congruent by angle, side, angle. So please don't just say, oh, I see a right angle, must be hypotenuse leg. Make sure you double check that a hypotenuse is in common and a leg is in common. Okay? So you're going to do these the same way. You're going to look at them. You're going to mark any additional information. So any vertical angles, give them rainbows. Any shared size, give them ticks, a reflexive property, and then use one of those ways. So the only thing different from yesterday's and today's is I added in the hypotenuse leg in here. So you're going to look and tell me why the triangles are congruent. All right, finish that up.